This is the main screen that you have when you first log in. Lots of different buttons on the bottoms, top, all over. So let's just dig into these. Starting with the bottom left, this player/stone. That's how you get into your formations, how you train players, how you do special training on players, how you sell, and how you interact with your spirit stones, as you all can read. With your formations, we'll start with that. You have 5 different formations that you can assign or that you can create. Down at the bottom, below your goalkeeper, is where you can see which formation you're in as you move the left and right arrows. So whichever formation you want to start creating, you can choose, one player at a time. You can do the auto place. There's lots of stuff for beginning, but basically, in creating a formation, you want to look at a couple different things. One is having a striker or a specialized shooter. Mine is hero. So when you're looking at someone, if they qualify for that, if you go to their skills, their very first skill will say something like shoot in it. That's where you will see if there's something that says penetrate or steal or strategy, or there's a whole bunch of different ones. You want something that says shoot. This is going to be your striker. This is a specialized shooter who is going to be scoring the goals for you. The other thing that you want to look at is having some sort of a passer who can pass to this striker. So once again, you want to look at that first skill when you pull up a player, and in that skill you want to see that it says pass in there. When you use that active ability, you'll be able to choose to pass to whoever you want in that line rather than the person who would just have the next highest action bar. So you can choose to pass to your striker and have them shoot as well. A couple things you can do with that other third character. This formation that I have a high reflex character, as well as what you call a totem. So the first ability that they have is their active ability. The other 3 abilities that a player has are their passive abilities. When you use their active ability in game, that one ability will activate. So Kiki's is steal, and she'll increase reflexes by 37.5% and decrease the inflicted damage. Her passive abilities are the other 3 that she has. And as you level up a character, as you superb a character or put lead traits in them or train copies of themselves into them, then they will get additional skill points that you can then apply to these other effects. Some players you want to max out the passive effects over their active and vice versa. Just depends on what team you're building. But a good totem has good passive effects. So one of Nari's is that she increases the pass effect by 35% and the max hit points by 35% within the entire position that she is in. Another one, she increases action speed and pass effect again within the position. And then her last one, she increases reflexes and attack power for herself by 6% for 15 minutes with an attack. Notice how it doesn't say within the position. So that is a unique passive just for her. The third one is Spirit Stones. That's where you can choose what Spirit Stones. We'll get into that later. And then the last one is the story mode that shows you a little bit more about the character. That's where you now do these chain events and stuff like that. Shows you where you get the player from. So Duke right now is through both player draw, and then you can scout him during the week that you are able to scout. So in that term, if you're looking at only scouting legendaries, you would want to look at the scout, and that is the GP scout, the main one. And then up here in the top right, you can look at this week's scout info, and it shows you which legendary is available for scout this week. This is a really low percentage, but this week is Metatron. So if I happen to do a scout refresh, so in 48 seconds I'll be able to do another one, then you have a very low percentage of getting this legendary character, but you do have that opportunity. So we'll go into scout more, but once again, back into the formations. So you want to create a formation. You've got a striker, which is your shooter, a passer, and then a totem, or you can put a second passer. People experiment with a lot of different things. Midline, once again, everybody has lots of different opinions on strategies. Mine is all about penetrating through. I have Duke, Bell, and Malcolm. And then backline, once again, you've got different debuffs, special characters to get you out. People will do passers, long passers, forward passers, all that kind of stuff. And then you have your goalie. On your PvP formation, you have an extra character slot because you're not able to access your friend characters when doing PvP. So they give you that that last person that you can then put in. And now with the most recent update, you can move them wherever you want. So my formations that I have set up, the first formation I have is built for the Rainbow Elemental matches. So that's one of the ways to evolve characters into their extreme evolutions, is either through Rainbow Elementals or these guys, these wonderful black hole swirlies. So I have a Rainbow Elemental formation that I built based on the color advantages for that team. Second one I have is my Luck formation. So I started with, were all 2-star characters. And basically what this Luck formation is for mining penguins, elementals, and swirlies. And as you increase, every player has luck when you draw them or scout them or get them. And as you train copies of themselves into them, their luck increases. So for 2-star players that you play a lot of story mode, it's easy to mine a whole bunch of the same copies, and there's achievements for training characters within a day. And so you can go through and you can train characters into themselves and get them all the way up to 99 luck. So I did that with all of these 8 characters. And then with this most recent patch with special training, it was very easy to evolve them into the 3- and 4-star versions with the other characters that I had, not needing to get those materials up to level 30 and 40 respectively to do special training. The goal is to get all of these guys up to 6 stars, but obviously I've got some priorities in other formations. But Rigoletto is the first one that I have that was a 2-star character that I have all the way up into 5 stars as a 99 luck. I still have Curel here as my main buffer. He is the one that in elemental matches especially, his ability is great, and if the opponent starts with the ball, it's great to be able to steal right off the bat and shoot right away. And then you still want a really good goalie because, they still will pass and get past that line, and it's not 100%, depending on which level of difficulty you're on. But my luck formation I'll go into more later is another one. The middle formation is my Colosseum team formation that then I'll do once I get up to 31, 32, 33. That's kind of the cap that I'm at right now. And this will slowly change based on the characters that I need. And then the fourth formation is my experience or my leveling up team. So I still have a striker, passer, and goalie, and Malcolm. He's my ace that I use primarily for all my friends that I will keep in there. So those 4 characters will stay, but the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters, they will then update based on getting them up to the maximum level that they're at. So I just finished a game and Tyler leveled up. So I'm now able to dismiss him. He is good. And then I could go through and figure out other characters that I'm trying to level up to their maximum level and get them in there. So I want to try to match it as well and see the line buff or position buff that they would get. And if nobody qualifies, then I'll just stick them anywhere, and it really doesn't matter because I'm just trying to get them up. So there we go. So I'll put Cynthia in. She's at 49. So trying to get these characters to 50, and once they get there, then I go away. The other thing that I started for a while that I kind of got away from is the story mode. So as you look at a character and you go to their story tab, they have these chains. And so if you begin a chain or start a mission and you have to have all the characters that are listed here before you can start the chain, then they'll get different buffs if they are with that character when doing a match. So if I wanted to put Eden in here, I could go ahead and start this mission and then begin the chain. So typically what I'll do is I'll try to level up 4 characters, and then the other 2 spots that I have. So let's say I didn't really care much about these 2 and I wanted to do a chain. So the 4 characters I'm trying to level up would be Fonta, Cynthia, Milky Way, and Butcher. So then I would just choose either one of them and say, okay, I want to do a chain mode with Butcher, and I want to put Eden in there. So I'll go ahead and start this mission. So mission in progress. So now this chain is starting, and I want to find Eden, put her in there, and then go from there. So I think I'll put Avnor back in, or sorry, Janice, and get him up there. So now that chain started, and this is my leveling formation. So I'll use that in terms of story mode or anything that gets a lot of experience that I'm trying to level those guys up. Special training is how you increase a character's level. You can go all the way up to 6 stars. And then selling, obviously, is selling your inventory because you only have a certain amount of lodgings that you can accumulate. And as you go past that, you have to sell and get rid of stuff. So that's kind of that bottom left portion. That's where you build your team, level it up, and do a whole bunch of stuff. Scout, we briefly talked about, but I'll go back into it. This is where you can now scout players to add to your team. You can scout special characters as well, like are shown here, penguins, elementals, and swirlies. And then the new thing that they just added is that you could lock a character. So if you find somebody in Scout that you really want, you can spend crystals and it will lock it until the end of the week is done. So right now there is only 18 hours left until the reset. And I already have Sylvia. I don't need her. Plus I don't have the GP to spend on her. So I will go ahead and hit the players button to refresh the Scout. And once again, you can look at other characters and you have managers that you can equip to increase opportunities of gatekeepers and special characters and 4- and 5-star players and above and stuff. So you'll just hit the little GP button below that says how much GP that player is worth, if you have it, to be able to scout them and then add them into your book. The season scout is the other thing that you can do, and that will happen every couple weeks or so. And once again, 18 hours left in this one, but this week's boss, or this 2-week period, was Raziel. So as you complete those boss matches throughout the week, and then the special boss match during the weekend, you get boss points, and that's what you can use to spend different quantities and stuff that are here. So I didn't need any 4-star penguins, but played a lot, got a Raziel, got all the gatekeepers, because they were 3-star Nerises, and then the penguins and swirlies. So once again, you can buy more characters to add to your lodgings. Then you have your friends button. That's where you really want to grow that and get to 30, or depending on what level you're at. If you have pending friend requests, then they will be here, and you can either accept or reject people as you go. You can do a friend search and type in the character that you're searching for, and then you can also invite friends and get referral bonuses and stuff like that for more in-game stuff. But yep, here's where you can see your friend list. Next thing is the shop. You can go through and purchase a whole bunch of stuff. They added this dimension shop, so now you can purchase a legendary character, a unique stone, leech rays, a 5-star player, or a 5-star player box based on the dimension stones you have. You can also purchase crystals and gold, but I really don't. These are not the best values. So if you're looking at spending $100 and getting 900 crystals, it's always better to look at these special events where you could get 1,100 crystals for $100 plus a 5- to 6-star player, 2 6-star spirit stones, and 500,000 gold. So once again, depending on what you're looking at and what you're looking to buy, these special packs are usually the best to purchase. So that's gold. You can recover your ST and BP. You can expand your lodging. So I would recommend that, getting up all the way to the max limit, especially if you're running into stuff. But early on in the game, you can equip a different manager to help you expand lodgings, and there's usually a lot of training and selling that you can do. They introduced purchasing skins now, so they have a new skin for Scylla, Sam, so you can buy those. And then Sage is the one that they gave away, so that'll be cool to see that evolve more. And then you can also purchase matches. This is where I've found that I've actually spent my crystals to, 1, get the 6-star penguins, which help for training tremendously, as well as you get 10,000 gold per match, and you get 3 matches here for each of those matches. So you get 30,000 gold if you don't have any managers equipped that boost the in-game reward gold that you get. They most recently added all of these swirly special matches as well, so you can purchase all of the swirlies as well, but those are a little more expensive. Those are 30 crystals, but awesome that they added that. Then you have the achievements. So that's the next section of this. There are consecutive achievements, which just, once again, they're consecutive. They keep building up until you hit them, and then once you hit them, then they disappear. active ones will be at the top, and it'll show you your progress bar for where you're at. And as you complete them, then they go away, so you won't see them anymore. Then there's the daily achievements. So as you log in throughout the day, this is the one thing that you do want to make sure you're getting, because it's great ways to get spirit stones, gold, players, etc. So complete those dailies as they go, and as you complete them, you'll see that they'll be grayed out below, and they will reset on a daily basis. And then there is the seasonal achievements. And as you get those, once again, they're grayed out and you can't get them, but this is an awesome way to get crystals, lots of gatekeepers for their rewards. 100 GP, 4 to 6 star player, 80,000 gold, and that is awesome to get those as well. So those are your achievements. Then there's draw. So this is another way of how you can obtain characters. There's 2 tabs. There's events and then also friendship draw. They changed this up a little bit from the past with the unique attributes, but this is how it is currently. So with friendship draw, you can either draw singly for 200 friend points. So you can see down at the bottom of my screen, I have 11,245 friend points. You get friend points by using your friends' characters in the designated matches that you can use those characters in. So you can't in the PvP arena, galaxy, stuff like that. You get 10 points for that. If somebody is not on your friends list and they use your character, or vice versa, you use someone's character that's not on your friends list, you get 5 friend points for. So the more matches that you play with your friends, you get 10 friend points for each match. And the more that your friends are active and using your ace character in their matches, you also get friend points. So that's a great way to build up and get free stuff. You can get special characters. The majority are 2 stars. You can get 3-star players as well. You cannot get 5-star players. And now I can't remember if you can get 4 stars or not. So you guys can jump in the comments and correct me with that. I can't remember. And then you can get gatekeepers as well. Extremely rare, but you can get them. And then for the event drawing, that's where it's actual crystals for that. You can do it singly at a time for 30 crystals each, or you can spend 300 crystals and they give you an extra draw. You get 11 characters for that. So that's a great thing to save up for. That's an awesome source. You only get 3, 4, and then possibly 5 or 6-star, which are the legendary characters, in these event draws. So there's no possibility that you'll get any 2-star characters. So that's the draw screen. If you go on the top, you now see your inbox. And you'll want to check that throughout the day. That's where you'll see different rewards for in-game stuff that they give you, stamina. I still have a whole bunch of stuff left from the maintenance that I haven't cleared out. I evolved a character from their 5 to 6-star form, so I'll collect those crystals, and then I like to delete the mail right after I receive it so it doesn't clog up my inbox, but that's just my preference. You can do whatever you want. You press the little green download button, and that's how you collect it. For stamina, like all these stamina ones, I could hit collect all, which I don't want to do with all those shoosters in there, but you can see that I have 24 out of 60 stamina right now. So I could collect it, but I really don't do that until I'm completely done. I've used it all up and I'm ready to play for an extended period of time. So that's your inbox. That's where you collect your different rewards, event stuff, all that kind of fun stuff. Then there's the schedule. That's another cool thing that they added, where you can now see all the penguin matches when they appear, the dailies, the rivals, the boss matches, the upcoming stuff within the day, the special matches. So as of right now, we have a whole bunch of specials. And then, yeah, so that's great to plan out your day and see if you need certain penguin matches or what boss is coming up and stuff like that. Then there's the check-in reward, go-to event, and your go-to league in the top left. And those are just different other menus that you can go to. The check-in reward is the daily calendar. So as you check in each day, then it will give you a reward for it. The first week is really good. The last week is really good, all the way up to the last 2. The 6-star Spirit Stone and the 5 to 6-star player is definitely what you want to be shooting for. So that's the event calendar that you'll collect, and you will get those rewards in your inbox. Go to event just shows all the recent events. So depending on what you want to see, you can collect different things. And then the league takes you right to story mode with whatever league that you're in, normal, challenge, or hell. So let me go back real quick. And that is pretty much the whole front screen. If you go to the right, this is where all of your managers are going to be. As you level up, you get to unlock new slots. So I did reach level or rank 100. So I have all 6 of these manager slots open. Each of them do different things. We'll get into those in more videos. But once again, you can still access your formation, train, spirit stone menu from this screen. Your profile button is open from here. So this is where people can now see your profile, what club you're in, recent games, and then just basic stats about you, your player, what you've done in story mode, what your best Coliseum match was, highest level champion you've cleared. It goes all the way down. You can see your book and how much you've completed on that, gold, GP. Nice little snapshot. The club system was just recently added. That's awesome. It's great to see this evolve. So yeah, we'll see what we can do with leveling up our club and having everybody be active in there. The book is the other cool thing that I like. That's my main goal, is to try to get every single player in the game. And as you get the players, it fills it out in your book. If you don't have it, they will be ghosted in the background. So you can still select a player and look at them and look at their stats and their skills and stuff like that. But once you actually obtain that card, then it'll be a lot brighter and you'll see that. As you fill up a whole line, there will be a little collect. So this first line, I already have all those players, so I was able to get the 30 crystal reward for having all those players. As you need different players, once again, I need William, he's a legendary, and then Ian, she's a trainer, 5-star trainer that I don't have as well, but as soon as I get those 2 characters, that line will be filled up and I'll be able to collect those other 30 crystals. And then, yeah, that's basically going through, and I'm trying to fill up and evolve every character that I have. I still need to find Wayne. I need to go back and look at what story mode he's in, because I didn't get him at the time. So he's the only 2-star character that I have left. But everybody else, I have been able to get and evolve. A couple of the boss matches, obviously, I haven't gotten yet because I was not playing early on within that. But you can go each attribute, so Ardor, Whirlwind, Thunder, Light, and Dark. You can see all of your players. And this is great to be able to go through. And for me as a collector and what I like to do, I love seeing which characters I need. As they add new characters, they pop up. This is great for scouting as well. If I'm not sure if I own a character or not, then I can go into the book and check out and see where they are. So these are all my characters that I've been going for. It's been a long time, a lot of draws, and a lot of evolving, playing elemental matches, getting them all to their evolved form. So I'm at 118% in my book completion. But yeah, lots of cool characters that they are continuing to add. Everybody that does different abilities, bosses, all that kind of stuff. Awesome to see. And here are my light characters. They're probably the ones that I have the most of for all the 5-star characters that can go into extreme evolutions. I haven't extreme evolved them because I'm still waiting on a whole bunch of rainbow elementals. But yeah, definitely a lot of fun to look at and see what characters you need. So those are all my light ones. I just scouted Ascilla, so I need to evolve her. And then Dark is my last attribute. These are probably my favorite ones. Jeet was the very first 5-star character that I ever got. I'm missing Balthion and Metatron, obviously the legendaries, but doing well on getting everybody else. Definitely some trainers. They just updated that 4-star Samuel, so she will be now in the friendship draw, so that'll be great to get her. And then, yeah, getting all those done. Obviously, Alice, still need to get her. Black Daisy's coming up. And then, yeah, all the special cards. So these are all of your elementals, penguins, gatekeepers, and all the event cards that they come out with that you're able to purchase or get through different points and systems and stuff. So, yep, as you get these characters, make sure you come into the book, collect it once that entire line is filled up, and get those 30 crystals. So those are all the special cards, and then you have your spirit stones. So once again, we'll get in a lot more detail with them. There's common and rare ones, and then there are unique ones that the 6-star rares have a possible chance to evolve into. So you can take a look at them. Obviously, they all do different things. They want to be equipped to different characters, and we'll get into that a lot later. If you scroll to the far left, this is now where all of your game modes are. So Story Mode, Spacetime Continuum, Coliseum, and the Galaxy League. Those are the 4. Within Story Mode, there are 3 different ones, Normal, Challenge, and Hell. And as you go through and beat them and unlock them, you'll be able to level up your characters and get, that's pretty consistent way of getting good gold and experience. The space-time continuum is more for the special matches. It's where rivals and bosses and elementals are, the rainbow elementals, dark hole swirlies, that kind of stuff. All the special stuff goes in here. Coliseum is a great source of GP as a reward. There's also champions that you can fight against that will also give you increased GP, and 3-star characters, sometimes a 5-star special character. So right now it's still Elizabeth. And then there's rewards for every season. So it lasts a week. So in about 18, 17 hours, it'll look at where you're at, and it'll give you a reward according to that, based on how many games you've won and the highest floor that you have achieved. So 50 is the highest right now. I've gone up to 33 on this round, and so I'm in 3.6%. So if you look at the Season 3 season, ends in 17 hours. Global ranking is 1367, and I'm in the top 3.6%. So if you look at the reward, I'm between the 2 and 5% range. So I should be getting the 80 crystals and 8 dimension stones. Every day you can reset Coliseum. So when you hit the reset button, instead of 30 crystals needed, it'll say free reset. So that's great. Once you get up there pretty high in your floor and you can't beat anymore, you can reset it for free, start back at 1, and then start winning those games. BP is the way that you play and spend this currency, I guess, to play the game. So it's 10 BP to start the game, and I have a trainer equipped that I have an extra 10, so I'm up to 50, and it refreshes 1 BP for every 3 minutes. So as I play a game and I go down now to 40, it would then take 3 minutes to get to 41, another 3 minutes to 42, and so forth. And then there is the Galaxy League. So there is 2 sections of the Galaxy League. There's the Arena and the Super League. Once again, through the daily, you want to at least play 4 matches to get the daily. Whether you want to keep pushing up in the Super League and try to get to different levels, there are different rewards in Litres for every league that you arrive to. So I'm in the Platinum League in the 1600 range. So yeah, they'll be getting some rewards for that. They changed it. They used to be all Litres, but then now you can choose between GP, Gold, or Spirit Stones. So that was actually news to me. I did not know that. And yeah, so that's that. Within the Galaxy Arena, you can now look, and that's where you can now play people that's not on auto, and you can control, and as you win and lose, you can have different win streaks and get additional bonuses on gold and GP and all that kind of stuff. So sorry, this is a really long video, trying to go quick on an introduction to the game. But yeah, that is basically a quick view of the menu screens, formations, players, managers, what things do, and then you can actually get into playing the game, evolving your players, making them stronger, working on the formations, and for my case, trying to get everybody that I can in the book, and I always keep a copy. Last thing I'll say is in the different sections of the book, I try to fully superb everyone before selling the additional copies. So unless I really need the GP, my goal is to, in each player, get them fully superbed before I then sell the copy of them. So all of my 3 stars are now fully superbed. Maybe half of my 4 stars are. And the system that I have within my 4 stars is that as I have superbs left on a character, I will leave that number of skill points unassigned. So on this screen right now, there's 3 characters that have skill points that can be assigned. So if I look at Ray at the bottom left, he has a 2 next to him. So if I click on him and I view his info, I could assign 2 more skill points to him, but that is what I use for letting me know that I have 2 superbs left that I need to put in him. Same thing with Min. If I look at him, he has 2 skill points that could be trained into him, but that's because he has 2 superbs left that I need before I fully superb him. And then same thing with Amy as well. If I look at her, oh, never mind. So I haven't gotten anything in her. I think she was a rival. That's why I got to get all of her copies. But that's nice because then as I scroll through the book, I can see which characters I need superbs in and which I don't, without having to click on the character and go into view info and do that. With 5-star characters, it's a little different. I do use all their skill points if I'm using them in a formation, but for the 4-star characters and so forth, I keep them open so that way I can at a quick glance see, okay, I need 2 superbs left into Luna. So as I pull her up, oh, never mind. There's another rival. So bad example on the rivals. But everybody else, then it's nice to be able to scroll through and see who I need to put copies into to fully superb before then moving forward with selling them just for GP. So that's the last thing I'm going to say about this. Sorry for the long video, but that's a brief introduction to the game and how it works. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll try to link some other introductory videos from what I watched that helped me start, and hope you guys enjoyed it.